Museum, Moby Slave Relics Museum. And during the days of slavery, these are the real chains that were used on the neck of our forefathers during the days of slavery. And all these chains you are seeing here are over 500 years. And we have what we call the neck chain. This is fixed on the neck of a single slave like this for good 18 hours. While the slaves are busy working on plantation farm, they will fix it on their neck for good 18 hours.
Exactly. Like, really?
Yes.
This particular one. Let me see. It's good.
Take your water.
This will be on the neck of a single slave for good 18 hours, while another one will be fixed at the neck of another slave, and they will be on a single file down to a place called point of no return. And after fixing these on the neck of the slave, this is called the mouth lock. They wear this on the mouth of the slave, they will draw the lips, drill the upper lips and the down lips, and lock it with padlock like this, for slave not to eat any farm product while they are busy working on plantation farm, and for them to communicate together. And this is the chain they were used for the little children. They use this to tie the hand of two babies together and separate the babies from their parents. For the babies not to disturb their parents while their parents are busy working on plantation farm. And this serves to them as a punishment. They will force their hand into this, break the bone, hang this on the taller tree, suspend their neck from the ground as a punishment. They will be dangling.
Sorry, the children or the parents?
No. This serves to them as a punishment.
Oh, why they want to punish people?
They will force their hand into this.
Okay.
They will break the bone,
Hey.
hang this on the taller tree, suspend their neck from the ground, and they will be dangling to death. And after that, this is called the iron branding. A slave don't bear their name during the days of slavery. They have to bear their master's name or any name their master chooses to give to them. If I'm your slave, my own name is Shakiro. If I'm your slave, I will have to bear your name or any name you choose to give to me. Then we put this on fire. Whenever it's very, very red and hot, they will use this to write the name of the slave owner on their chest or at the back of their body. It is called slave branding for identification, because the slaves that are kept in the slave cell were owned by different slaves masters. And this is called the Hanku Shaku. They invent this on the ankle of two slaves like this, and they will lock it together like this. And they will lock it together.
Let's try to walk.
And then we lock it together with padlock for slave not to run away while they are working on plantation farm. Now imagine if there should be something like this around someone's ankle for good 18 hours. Definitely there will be a lot of wounds around the ankle. I used to tell my tourists, either we like it or not, we must appreciate the gift of freedom.
Yeah.
Because we are not slaves. We were not born during the days of slavery. If you were born then, a lot of us have been captured as slaves and sold to different parts of the world. These are the money we spend in Africa in the holidays. This is called cowrie. You might call this Oweyo. But this is only recognized between the blacks. When the white people came to Africa, they refused to accept the cowrie from we the blacks. They now said we should practice a trade called trade by barter. And trade by barter simply means exchange of goods for goods. But then it was exchange of human beings with items like bottle of alcohol. A bottle of alcohol was used in exchange of 10 slaves. Here we have the small cannon gun. The small cannon gun here go for 40 human beings, while the big one go for 100 human beings. Now we blacks, we African, what do we do with the cannon gun? We use these to fight ourselves so that we can get more slaves to the white people. Over there is the slave water drinking bowl.
Wow.
slave water drinking bowl. They will fill this with water, and the slave will have to go down while their hands are tied together at the back, and they will drink water from the bowl like a dog.
Oh, so they don't even use their...
And once the water is down, that is the end for that day. Whoever refuses to drink water from the bowl that day will have to wait till the next day. Here we have the grave of a man called Shisumbu Mobi, died October 16, 1892. His own father used to be a slave facilitator. Whenever the white people arrive by Badagry, he always offer them kola nut. Kola nut in Yoruba is called Obi. He will say Oyinbo when he emu obije. Instead of him to say, my white friend take kola nut and eat, but he couldn't pronounce that in his own dialect. And the white people also couldn't pronounce emu obije. They now coined him to Mobi, my friend Mobi. And up today, the family adopted the name Mobi as their family surname. And these are the royal musical instruments called Ajogan in our own dialect. It is only found in a royal family, beaten by the women for a special occasion. And these are picture of abolition of treaty of abolition in 1852. This is inspection. The slave ship, if they're having storm on their way, they are to remove some group of slaves, drop them into the sea
to die
alive. Yes, and that is the slave ship. You see, that is the slave market that was established in 1502, the Lekete slave market, coastal slave ports, and that is resistant on public punishment.
Is this place still in existence?
Yes.
In Badagry here?
Not in Badagry.
Okay.
This is plantation farm. Ada used to work on plantation farm. The march to the coast. Ada used to march them to the physical point of no return. Captures of slaves. And this is the recitation they used to make before leaving the attenuation well. I am leaving this land, my spirit lives with me. I shall not come back now, my shackles do not break. It is the shackles that hold the ship down. My ancestors bear me witness. I shall not return, this land shall depart. My soul do not revolt, my spirit goes along with me. I depart to the land unknown, I shall not return.
That's deep. It's like an oath. To me, this is an oath.
Well, we call it recitation.
You call it recitation, but this is an oath. And something that is done here, close to the well.
Maybe when you get there, you take some.
I will not try. I want to go back home.
No, you will go back home now. When you go back home, you just.
I want to go back home. No return, or the land of no return. I don't know how they actually said this back then. We're about to board the boat, the speedboat. I'm aquaphobic. Just for you, I will take a risk. I'm actually aquaphobic. I'm really not good when it comes to. I don't really like water and everything. So let's just go. Let's go. There's so much. We already said some things while we were. When we came in first, so let's just go see it. So when we're about to board the boat, I will just tell you, welcome on board. So we're heading to the land of no return. So come along.
I'm
so scared. On our way to the journey of no return. I'm scared, but I'm the journey of no return.
An island is a place surrounded by water. Here we have a lagoon, while the other side of the island we have Atlantic Ocean. And what is Beref? Beref is a Yoruba word meaning a dry land. During the days of slavery, nobody lives in this island. When someone is captured living here, he or she will be captured as a slave. But after the abolition of slavery, we have about 5 to 6 villages in this island, whereby people are now living in the island. We have minimum of 1,600 slaves. We've been led out from the slave share, across the slave port, across the Lagos Port Novo Lagoon, down to this island. And the slave route that leads to the point of no return, formerly before it used to be a narrow path. Why the slave will have to walk in a single file down to the point of no return? Why are you going down there? A slave don't put on cloth, a slave don't put on shoe. The only cloth you only found on their body is the big chain around their neck, the chains around their arms, and the shackles around their legs. And when the sun is very, very hot, definitely the chains around their body also will be very, very hot. There will be a lot of wounds around their body. Any slave that he or she died on the slave route, if the European slave marshal have time for such a slave, they will remove the chains around their body, dig a ground in this island, and bury such a slave. There is no much time they will throw such a slave into the forest, because the whole of this island, it used to be a forest. As I said earlier, there is a well there dug by the African chief. The government of Nigeria called the well slave spirit attenuation well. Attenuation means to weaken or to lost. And as for stop the slave here, first the water from the well. After the water from the well, they are to lose their memory and their senses for 3 to 4 months, because journeying to unknown destination took this slave 3 to 4 months before getting to their final destination. Sometimes ago, getting slaves from Africa are becoming too expensive. Now what the European did was that on plantation farm, they may select about 10 men. Their duty every night is to go and sleep with all the women on plantation farm, so that they can produce more children to them as a slave. They call it slave breeding. Just the way we breed our dogs, our goats, and every other animal, they call it slave breeding. So they will produce more children to them as a slave. We are making history as we are going to walk on the same slave route that slave walked for 400 years. Because in Badagry, slavery lasted for 400 years.
Wow. Like this and I'm tired. Imagine people who were chained, mouth shut, beaten, humiliated, walking past this place. And when I asked the question, I was told it takes them a day to get to this destination. So let's just keep walking and let's keep seeing. But let's appreciate everybody who have been through this journey, dead or alive. And let's be thankful that the word freedom, privileges exist now. So let's keep walking. I'm tired actually. Victorian is in front already and he's walking so fast. So let me start, I can catch up.
Where we have the government of Nigeria called this well slave spirit attenuation well. Attenuation means to weaken or to lose. At this spot, they will stop the slave here, fetch the water for them to drink. After drinking water from the well, they have to lose their memory and their senses for 3 to 4 months, because the journey to unknown destination took the slave 3 to 4 months before getting to their final destination. And the reason why they used to fetch the water for them to drink and lost their memory is this. In the slave ship, it may be 800 slaves in a single ship, it may be more than that, depending the size of the ship, with about 10 to 15 European slave merchants that will be taking the slaves down to their various destinations. So when the ship get to the IC, the slave will want to use their total number to revolt, fight their masters in order to overtake the ship from their masters and become free. So when the white people, the European slave merchants, when they came back to Badagry, they met our African chief. Who were the African chief? The slave facilitator, the middleman between the whites and the blacks. That what can they do to protect their business? There is a particular slave market in Badagry called Vlekete Slave Market, V-L-E-K-E-T-E, established in the year 1502. In Nigeria, there are 2 slave markets, one in Badagry and one in Calabar. The one in Calabar is called a Young Slave Market, established in 1810. The one in Badagry, over 300 slaves are sold here in each market day, and every market day is 7 days. 15,000 slaves are sold here annually. There is a shrine there up to date as I speak to you. It was our African chiefs who went there to cut out a charm, a voodoo, dug this well, added a charm to it. According to history, the water become poisonous. Mostly, some will say the water is still effective, while some will say the water is no more effective. But up to date, in the whole of this island, nobody drinks and fetches water from this well. When you go to Wida in Benin Republic, it was a tree of oblivion, O-B-L-I-V-I-O-N. The male had to go on the tree 9 times, while the female will go on the tree 7 times, with the same objective. After going on the tree, or after drinking water from this particular well, they have to be less aggressive with their masters, lost their memory and their senses right in the slave ship. When they get to their final destination, they will regain back their senses. So the idea of weakening their memory and their senses is just for the black slaves not to revolt with the white masters who are in the slave ship. So for those of you who want to test your belief, you can fetch some fetching pay. Well, I should get one for you.
Shoe got spoiled, my sneakers got spoiled. It was so sandy, but I love the fact that I got the opportunity, or I love the experience, having to share this experience with you. For me, it's amazing. I hope I continue to take you to historical places, and not just historical places, places where people get to have fun, choose yourself. Oh, I want to come here, okay? So that's just the thing. I'm already mourning my shoe. It's so painful that I don't want to say. I'm just trying to repair this shoe, yeah, because this is one of my favorite sneakers. But along the line, it's okay that my shoe got spoiled just because I want to show you something amazing.
And the reason why it's called point of no return is because once the slave get to this particular place, they will never go back to where they are coming from. And then there will be a big slave ship waiting for the slave on the sea. Why a little boat will be here that will be taking the slave down to the slave ship because the ship come near the shore. Once the slave gets here, European slave merchants, they will use their buckets to fetch the seawater out, splash it on their body, for them to clean up their body before moving them into the slave ship. While in the slave ship, they have the upper deck and the lower deck. Their masters will be the one at the upper deck, while the slaves will be the one at the lower deck. And they are to face the sun for over 3 months. According to history, it will be 1,600 slaves taken out to Badagry slave port, 800, 1,000, depending the size of the ship that is taking them to their various destinations. Any slave that he or she is feeling cold, what the European did was that they will remove the chains around their body and throw such a slave into the sea. Such a slave not to affect the rest. If they're having storm on their way, they are to remove some group of slaves, drop them into the sea for the balancing of the slave ship. As I speak to you, all our brothers and sisters in diaspora, African American in diaspora, were taken out from this particular spirit here.
Wow. So, when they try to like show maybe when the ship is overweight or well, mostly when the ship is overweight, they are sick. I believe that they throw them out. Now, when we are talking about probably the ship being overweight, is it the older ones, people who are elderly, the elderly ones?
I mean, slaves don't have independence. They are another person's property. They may decide to take anybody out of the ship and throw such a person into the sea.
Also, it has nothing to do with age.
At all.
Wow. This is the land of no return. Alright guys,
And also,
okay.
according to history, it will be 1,600 slaves taken out of the port before getting to their final destination. It will only be about 400 slaves
Wow.
or 500 slaves that will finally make the journey.
Wow.
The rest of them will have died while on their way to their different destinations.
Wow. Like, it's like killing another being entirely. Anyway guys, come let's show you. Like I said before, my shoe got spoiled, so I'm currently using a rubber slippers. I had to change it to a rubber slippers, but this is the land of no return. There's no more about it being the land of no return. People don't come here to have fun, swim, you know, more like should I say a recreational center where they just come as a family, picnics and everything. So I'm just so happy that I did not, or should I say my forefathers were taking, maybe my forefathers were taking, I never can tell. But at least I got the opportunity to see my grandfather, and that's just it. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I get to experience this. This is history, trust me guys. And for those of you who probably keep procrastinating like me, I once procrastinated and getting to this age, and that's when I'm just coming. So stop procrastinating, come and experience this, Please do, take your family. It's time for us to start telling history. Our children need to, embrace our history and talk about it, beautifully. It's time for us to appreciate who we are and our journey so far as Africans. Africa will great, Africa we will always do better. And this is a clarion call to the federal government to please invest, because I kept asking questions on my way coming to this place, and people were like, oh, if government can actually come and invest, yes, we need the government to invest, because you can imagine using this place as a tourist center. So many people, it's not just probably the amount I get to pay or people get to pay coming here. We can do something like Elmina. Let's tell history. Let's do something amazing. Let's create something. I don't even know what to say. Alright guys. amazing experience of my life, although stressful but historical. And that's the beauty about today's experience. It is Jenny's experience. My movement, as I always say, we move, I move. So this is not just the only place I'll be showing you from time to time. So keep expecting more content like this from me. And a big thank you to the guy. This is the man of the moment. Okay, he took us everywhere, and he's so conversant with Badagry's history, the slave trade history.